Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker. I'm here with BringItDon. Enter the throne room, and Reg is here. Reg grins contentedly. I have an idea I'd like to share with you. I'm sure it's occurred to you that we are now in control. We're the power everyone answers to, and not only in the Stolen Lands. We demand respect. And those worthy of respect are worthy of doing business with. Profitable business. Anyway, 3 representatives of dealers in life and death have requested an audience with you. All 3 are willing to support our army. Talk to them and decide which of them we want to sign a contract with. However, we can't hire all 3. Each of them wants to be your main weapon supplier. If I were you, I'd consider the Arcanum. Alright, let's talk to the ambassadors. We'll start with the halfling in black. My guess is one's gonna be like a rogue, warrior, and magic, based supplier. Romello, the halfling standing before you wears fine black cashmere. He has a couple of strange-looking palm-sized crossbows in his waistband. His expensive attire does nothing to disguise the scars on his face and hands or his sturdy posture. Your guest seems more accustomed to sitting in the saddle and wearing traveling clothes, rather than visiting palaces wearing expensive attire. Greetings, Your Highness. I'm Captain Romello. I represent the Smoky Dawn Arms Factory in the Grand Duchy of Alkenstar. Our enterprise is prepared to provide your army with the finest weapons ever made. What exactly do you have to offer? The captain's voice grows serious. We'll provide your soldiers with our weapons, teach them how to use it, and make sure the weapons are working. Believe me, each bolt shot by a crossbow will cost the enemy an equal amount in gold. I should make clear from the beginning, we're not selling the technology. The engineers won't be permitted to repair the weapons. They're to be handled exclusively by our specialists. However, if you're interested in any of our non-weapons technologies, our craftsmen will gladly train yours. What makes you think I'd prefer your odd toys over time-honored magic? Because you're smart, Your Highness. Firstly, our toys are way safer, and their failure is far less dangerous than magic cast awry. Secondly, anyone with an eye and 2 hands can use our weapons. That makes things a bit simpler for you, doesn't it? Let's talk about the weapon in your waistband. The captain grins and pats his crossbows. So you like to know how they're operated? What gears bring these small death machines to life? How they can rain bolts down upon the enemy without ever recharging? It's a secret. We make our living from other people's ignorance of how weapons work. Nevertheless, I'll tell you a secret about these 2 crossbows of mine. The left one is for normal work. It is to kill bandits and thieves spying on our secrets. It's loaded with ordinary bolts. The right one is for special occasions. Each of its bolts bears the name of a rascal who wronged me or my family. When the right one is empty, my travels in Galarian will end, and I'll return to Alkenstar and find myself something else to do. Tell me about your motherland. Where is it? We don't hear about it often here in our domain. Alkenstar is halfway around the world. You see, magic... How can I put this? It doesn't work in our lands. Don't ask me why. That's a question for the researchers and historians. But we ordinary people of Alkenstar managed to turn this nuisance to the greater good. Romello rubs his chin. We give up magic for the sake of science. No country can compare to Alkenstar in terms of its technological miracles. We didn't just survive, we're doing very well here, where a mage could never endure. We are willing to share our findings with anyone willing to pay a fair price. Thank you. I need to think. I'm sure we'll have a most productive association, Your Highness. Alright, let's talk with the sorceress. A sturdy middle-aged woman in practical gray attire bows to you. You can tell by the numerous strings and laces on her neck that she's wearing quite a number of amulets under her robe. Her hair is short and cropped. First Foreman Rakiata at your service, Your Highness. Reporting for negotiations on behalf of the Wands Brigade, graduates of the Arcanum. What do you have to offer to my troops? Our experience. You're hiring the Wands Brigade, an independent squad of mages, not merely as soldiers, but as advisors and trainers for your other troops. Each of us not only possesses magic, but also has extensive combat experience. What's more important, we know when and how to use it. We're not theoreticians or professors. I don't know why I'm struggling to say that, Your Highness. We're arcane practitioners, combat specialists, and frontline workers. We're willing to share our knowledge with your military mages. Your title is very unusual. Every member of our brigade is an Arcanum graduate. I have to pause to make sure I'm saying that right. We each have combat experience and a desire to build a mercenary career. We've been preparing to accept your orders since we entered the Wands Brigade. What is this Arcanum so famous for? It's the oldest, biggest, and most prestigious arcane academy in Absalom. It's very influential. Students come from all over the world to master the art of magic. Mind you, the school is tuition free. They teach both magic and practical skills, both of which are certainly useful to combat mages. For instance, if you've learned to summon and enrage monsters, it might also be a good idea to learn to run fast. A smile brushes lightly over Rakiata's face. Now I need to think. Always at your service. Alright, let's talk to the dwarf. Wadga, priest of Kurgas. An unusually tall and sturdy dwarf with a shaved head bows to you. Despite the weather, his feet are bare and he's wearing a simple vest over his naked torso. His mighty but pleasant voice fills the entire hall. Greetings, your highness. I am Wadga, priest of the glorious god Kurgas. I believe it was not by coincidence that the road brought me and my comrades to your lands. How can you help my army? Your soldiers are brave but weak. By the will of Kurgas, we'll sort out your pathetic forces. My priests know how to strengthen a soldier with magic, though, give them power and speed of a mighty animal. And if that fails to protect them, our prayers will heal your warriors and restore them to perfect fighting form. Yeah, tell me about your god. Kurgas was a Taldan villager of remarkable figure. He traveled around towns, visited trade fairs, took part in every competition and show, and always won. It's only natural that everybody was jealous. His rival set a trap for him during a competition. He died, giving his life to protect the other participants, but his glory lived on even after his death. Few mortals are deemed worthy of joining the godly host, and Kurgas was among them. What is your church? Our church is young, and we don't have an established hierarchy yet. We wander from town to town, healing the diseased, mentoring the weak and the sick, teaching them how to harness their own powers, inspiring those who are able to reach beyond their own boundaries. We do not build temples, for we believe our bodies are the temples. A tent and a field, that's all we need. We discuss Kurgas when people cripple themselves, so we reject alcohol and stupefying potions. I shall prohibit these among your soldiers. The spirit grows stronger in a mighty body. Kurgas dislikes foul play, so cheating is also illegal. You look outlandish. Where have you come from? The dwarf laughs approvingly. Well, thank you. I wish you could meet my grandfather. He was a real hero, stately and notable. Myself, I'm a mere peasant from a small village on unclaimed land. I was once a fighter. However peaceful I may be, I'm still very passionate. When it comes to wrestling, I can best even you, though now I'm a priest as well. I need to think it over. So I think I'm going to go with the magic, because we currently have soldiers. Like, we have, basic ground units already. I think if this was like a real life situation, I'd probably go with the halfling. Oh, sorry. Try throwing a kettlebell up and down. Physical effort simulates the brain. In fact, it doesn't matter. What? You should think fast. What if an enemy assault takes us by surprise and we've got no reinforcements? Is he calling me Hun? Yeah, who should I make the deal with? With the mages, of course. Have you seen them fight? That's what I call a massacre. Fireballs hurtling, ice crunching, swoosh, bang. They can rip a soul right out of a body and use it as a bomb. Kaboom. Bony shrapnel flying everywhere, blood in everyone's eyes. And then they jump into the shadows, spread out and sneak behind the enemy's lines to finish the survivors. They surround them, cover them with a force field, and create a little explosion on the inside. Don't forget the roaring flame. All that's left is ashes and footprints on the scorched earth. Yeah, I'm impressed with Arcanum's power. I'd like its graduates to train our mages. Oh, -3 BP each turn. You can get a decent education in the Arcanum. They don't just teach the books, but also how to use your legs and hold a weapon. The result is a well-rounded warrior. Yeah, that way I have some variety. Oh, I know who this is. Kaessi. So I do have the Wildlands DLC. It came out a couple days ago, or yesterday. And meet our new companion. An unusual petitioner approaches you, a tiefling girl, who appears to be a foreigner from the south. She makes a courtly bow, but her face betrays a coy smile. Greetings to the ruler of these lands. My name is Kaessi. I come from the sands of Kadira. A special wind, the wind of opportunity and hidden treasure, has brought me to these lands. The tiefling waves her tail in excitement. Without all the polite words, here's what I want to say. I know the location of an ancient treasury, and I'm asking for the king's help to reach it and share the loot. What kind of treasury is it? The remains of an ancient Taldan settlement, destroyed long ago by the forces of nature. My friends came across an ancient chronicle that referred to the settlement and managed to locate the ruins. But they couldn't get inside, being too afraid. These lands are dangerous. Why don't you just go there yourself? My friends who visited the place said it's filled with monsters and wild animals. I shouldn't like going there all alone. Besides, it would be wrong not to tell the ruler of a treasure found in his lands. Jeez. We must discuss dividing the loot before we proceed. The girl nods. Of course. Truth be told, I'm only interested in one thing. An artifact called the Disc of the Eclipse, which is supposed to be in this treasury, if my informants are not mistaken. I claim no rights to the rest of the loot, but who knows? Perhaps the king will have an overwhelming desire to reward the helpful assistant. Great, I like adventure. Tiefling bows again, tracing patterns on the floor with her tail. In that case, I'll take my leave, and prepare for the expedition. I've already rented a house in your wonderful city. The king is welcome to visit me anytime, when you're ready to discuss our plans. Well, hot dog. Oh, and now we're going to get a bunch of rewards. Already read that. We got a dagger. Give me a... He gave me a dagger. I've requested a two-handed mace, I thought. Bring me armor. He brought me a dagger. You son of a gun. Potion of displacement. An amulet. Kimo. Composite shortbow. Yeah, whatever. Bring me whatever you want. I don't care. Another sling staff. Alright. Alright, let's start with what is this? Oh, never mind. It's garbage. This amulet adds +4 to the wearer's caster level when they are casting the following spells: Burning Arc, Burning Hands, Controlled Fireball, Fire Snake, Fireball, Firestorm, Flame Strike, Hellfire Ray, Scorching Ray. It's okay. I do like the marksman's headset though. Didn't I get something? I think we've already gotten that, right? I don't remember now. Where is that dagger at? The Frailty. It's a +1 Ghost Touch dagger. Grants its wielder the ability to cast Bestow Curse, Curse of Weakness spell once per day. Speed, Ghost Touch, and Enhancement +1. It's okay. Alright, do I have anything for... what's his face? The storyteller? Probably not. Alright.
Forwards.
So she has a house here. I don't know where her house is located. You just leave. Stop by the merchant. We'll sell all the crap that I have. We'll go and find Kaessi, try and talk to her. Now my intent for my next playthrough is to pick an ASMR of some kind. I'm thinking about an ASMR monk. I haven't decided yet. And romancing the tiefling with ASMR. You know, the whole angel and demon romance. Because I think anyone can romance her, male or female. At least I think so, I could be wrong. But yeah, now you can also make tieflings, and she's a kineticist as well. Which is the new class that was added in the DLC. Which sounds pretty cool. I don't know if she's actually in my... yeah, she's not in my grouping yet. I need to go talk to her. But yeah, that's the new companion. I was pretty excited about it. I forgot that I got the DLC. I thought it was going to be like a letter from Patax or something to continue the main story. I don't know what she uses. Maybe I should hold on to some stuff for her. I'm gonna assume that she wears light armor, because I don't think she's a kinetic knight. Alright, so she can get this, this. Alright, there's a handful of stuff for her to wear. Cool. And I think I'm going to pick up some more BP while I'm here. Just to have it on hand. Because, again, I have like 500 something thousand. I'm trying to keep it around like 400,000 or so. Come on, there it is. Come on, I'm trying to move my mouse just ever so slightly. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so I wonder which house is hers. So I have no idea. So I think this house was empty beforehand, so maybe she's here? Nope. It is cool that they're finally using the houses, though. I mean, I guess they have citizens in them, but I like that they're putting companions in there. Because Jathal, well, I guess Jathal, Amiri, and Lindsay stay at the tavern. But Jathal's actually in a room in the tavern, like she's not down below, which makes sense. I mean, she doesn't like anybody. So maybe it's over here. So I do not know where she's at. And I also want to do Kimo's quest. I'll probably knock that out immediately and then grab Kaessi and then do her quest. Holy crap, is it always this dark in here? Oh no, it's on fire. Okay, yeah, because she's a kineticist. This whole place is burnt up. I was like, why is it so dark? It's everything's scorched. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna be in here, right? Is she not? Really?
Without a doubt.
Alright, hold on a second. What does it say? Oh, to the right. Alright, so I went the wrong way. Then why does this room look so weird? Doesn't it look like it's scorched? Maybe it's like graphical error? Like a texture's gone awry? So this must be your house. That's really weird. I think she's also true neutral. I may have read that online. Or she's some kind of neutral. Which makes her a more flexible companion. Oh, there she is, okay. A tense silence hangs over the house. Kaessi, your tiefling friend, emerges from the shadows, but her eyes are staring into the distance. She seems to look right past you. No, not now. The turmoil is suddenly over, but you see fear in Kaesi's eyes. Her blue eyes. It's you. I wanted to say I feel almost sure that I've just witnessed some sort of divine intervention. The girl closes her eyes and clenches her fist, obviously in the grip of a strong emotion, but one you cannot read. I know it wouldn't last forever. Why did he even make this rule, if he knew it would be impossible to keep? She takes a deep breath, opens her eyes, and speaks with firm resolve. Come what may, you should know, Donald, that the person you know by the name of Kaessi does not exist. My real name is Kaliki, I assume. And well, it's a long story, and such stories are better told beside a welcoming fire. Will you hear me out? Yeah, fine, let's go. That's what she's gonna be voice acted. The girl rests her head on her arms and stares off into the distance, lost in memory. Stories by the fire, in the desert where I was born, my fondest memory. When the day is done, hosts and guests, parents and children, friends and rivals all gather by the fire under the stars to tell their tales. All they did, all they witnessed, and all they heard from other travelers, and the whispers carried by the desert wind. My sister and I often snuck in to hear these stories, hiding in the shadows just beyond the circle of light and warmth. We're a hellspawn, you see. Tieflings are unwelcome guests in Kadira, unblessed by the light of merciful Serenre. and we grew up sleeping in a common tent, scavenging food here and there like orphans, all but outcast and disowned. We were 13 when we left, and set off to find happiness in the cities, and everyone we left behind sighed with relief. My sister and I, we are twins, but as different as the sun and moon. Her name is Canera, which means silent flame. She is fire, a cold fire, but one that turns everything to ash. I am a river. It brings me joy to give water to tired travelers, and nurture green shoots. But when I flood, I'm bound to bring death. The girl's eyes are full of sorrow. Despite our differences, we are one. Our lives belong to divine Nethys, and by his mercy we now live, in turns. While one of us is here, the other sleeps in another plane, and when she wakes up, we switch planes, just as you just witnessed. And how is it you began to live in turns? Kaliki lowers her head. This story, it's one I've never told anyone before. No one in the whole world. It's not easy to confide in a stranger. There's too much grief and guilt in it. If you don't mind, I'd rather not go into all the details. You see, my sister died, and I couldn't get over it. Canary was killed by a soul eater, a monster summoned by secret followers of Abaddon's archdemons. Those who summoned him died in the fight, but the beast was too strong for my sister, and I wasn't even there to protect her. Kaliki catches her breath. We just had a fight. We both did some stupid things just before. But I don't want to talk about that now. When I found out what happened to my sister, I was ready to make a deal with any power, if only I could just get her back. I found such a power. I was contacted by the Arcanothane, the herald of the god Nethys himself. She promised she would return Canera to life, but on two conditions. First, we must both keep the arrangement a secret. Second, we would never be able to meet again, and so our new life began. Now we flee through the world, guarding our secret, ours introducing ourselves as Kaessi to hide that there are two of us. We switch places with each other at random. While one lives, the other sleeps in a demi-plane, one created specially for us. You can't control these switches? No, we can't. They happen at random, most often while we're sleeping, but sometimes in broad daylight. That's why we can never stay in one place for long. When someone witnesses us switch, we usually tell them tales of a special magical way of traveling. People start noticing strange things and begin to figure things out. Truth be told, I'm so tired of having to pretend. We knew this couldn't last forever, and now the truth is finally out. What's the point in all this? You revealed your secret to me. It means you broke one of the rules set by the deity's herald. Yes. Will you make me regret this, Donald? I thought you might be someone who could help my sister and me change our fates. Yeah, what can I do to help? It's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Canera is supposed to tell you of an ancient treasury that we've been looking for. Gold isn't the only thing of value in this place. It may contain an ancient relic taken by the Taldan raiders from a respected Kadiran temple of Nethys. It's an unusual relic, called the Disk of the Eclipse. I once heard a beautiful story that it was created from the shadow that hides the sun and the moon. But I don't think that could be the truth. Nethys is the god of magic, who was once a mortal wizard, and relics from his temples are usually very powerful. There are many among his followers who think that by solving the mysteries of magic, even rivaling their deity, is the best way to serve him. One such follower created the Disk, long ago in the distant past. According to legend, it gave its owners control over planar travel, but only pairs of wizards bound by unbreakable ties could use it. While one of them traveled the planes, the other was his anchor in our world, and they could switch between. Do you see now why we so desperately wish to find the Disk? It might help us understand how the switch between me and Canera works. And it should make our divine patron happy. Nethys and his assistants value the desire to understand the mysteries of magic above all else. How did this Disk come to be in the Stolen Lands? It was brought here by Taldans from the 5th Army of Exploration. Taldor and Kadira were enemies for ages. Thousands of years ago, a soldier broke into the Temple of Nethys and stole the relic, to sell it, or secretly hoard it as an heirloom. Hundreds of years later, his own kin, or the kin of its 100th buyer, brought the Disk to these strange lands, while the Taldans had come, uninvited as usual, in which they finally with little trace. Sometimes history is as intricate lace. You never guess where it begins and where it ends. I'll tell you about the location of the treasury. It was called Sorrowflow in the chronicle we read. It was once a Taldan town, founded by the veterans of the 5th Army of Exploration. It stood on the shores of a turbulent river, and that was what destroyed it. One night, a terrible flood devastated the settlement, killing many and driving the rest to flee. Only the tower and the cliff remained, which was too high for the flood to reach. Water covered the ruins for a long time, but last year it receded. My friends found a chronicle which recounted the destruction of the city, and spoke of the Disk of the Eclipse, which was kept there. They managed to track down the ruins, but were frightened away by the monsters and beasts that roamed the area. Alright, if this can help, then I agree. Kaliki's sad eyes get a little warmer. Thank you. I'll wait for you there at Sorrowflow. And please, let's explore the ruins together, just the two of us. I don't want to give myself away again in front of your companions. Breaking the Arcanum Thane's conditions once was enough. I have no wish to anger our god. So long. So that's interesting. So she only wants us two to go. I'm hesitant to believe her story because she is a tiefling. And tieflings, they do have a certain stereotype. So I am on the fence about, sorry, I was just seeing how long I've been recording. I am on the fence about believing her. As I should be. Is she... Oh, so maybe I have to meet her there myself. Let's see. Oh, so she'll be waiting for me there. Because last time I traveled somewhere by myself, I got attacked by Hydra and a couple mana cores and some red caps. And I was not ready to take on those creatures. So, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can take her in a straight up fight. Especially if she's not a kinetic knight. But if there's monsters there, I mean, we definitely have to be cautious. Hey, +1 to military. And +1 to arcane. Jeez, I'm just leveling this guy up left and right. Okay. Not fine with it. I mean, if he can succeed all of his stuff. Because the general handles a few stability issues, right? I think I'd mostly want the regent to be a high level. Well, first things first, we're going to head over here and talk to Kimo. About his love issue. And then we'll do the quest for the tiefling. I do like tieflings as a race. They're one of my favorite races in D&D, and I guess Pathfinder as well. Again, I don't have a lot of history with Pathfinder. I like tieflings, I like dragonborn, dwarves. Dwarves are my favorite, just by far. And then humans. Those are the big four.
Forwards.
Where's he at? He's over here, right? Oh, over there. Get over here, Kimo. Alright, tell me what went wrong between you two. You had a fight? I don't know. Everything went so well after our first date. We spent every day together. We talked, we gathered flowers, we watched the clouds pass by. And then one evening she said goodbye and hid herself inside her tree. She hasn't shown her face or said a word to me ever since, no matter how many times I've asked. What do you mean she hid in her tree? Kimo heaves another heavy sigh. She's a dryad. Her body and spirit are tied to an oak. She takes care of it and protects it. I met her when I was in the forest trying to find my way to the settlement. Show me on the map where to find her. But you can't help. Her heart knows no mercy. You cannot change her wooden mind. I see. Kimo nods absentmindedly. Talk to the dryad. Alright, well. I guess it is up to the king of the lands to make sure everyone in the kingdom finds love. Or if I was chaotic evil, find love myself. Alright, so where is she at? Okay, so I definitely talked to him. Where is she at? I think it's the Fey Glade. I mean, the quest itself didn't update. It said The thing popped up, said talk to the Dryad. Oh! Oh, it is right there, okay. Let's say, because the Feyglade makes sense. It's, you know, where Fey go. That's weird. So it did update in the journal, just not how I thought it was going to. Well, luckily I can be very persuasive. I think Red still has a higher persuasion than I do. Let me look real quick, because I have... Oh, where's it? It's right here. Okay. 21. He has 22. Yeah, he has 2 more... Advantage of learning Charisma. A modifier... Oh. Base value is 14. Yeah, this is a higher base value. She doesn't have a name, she's just called Dryad. You recognize the Dryad that you saw some time ago with the drunken satyr. Oh! I didn't even put that together. So the satyr that was here, it was talking about the elf messing with our women or whatever. He was mad at Kimo. Okay. I was wondering why that quest was even, like, why I even got that quest. Okay, now it makes sense. Yeah, you recognize the Dryad you saw some time ago with the drunken satyr. Her skin glistens like polished wood, and her head is crowned with a mane of grass and leaves. Here you are. I need to come and try and change my mind. Kimo talks about you every day, you know. How did you end up here? What do you mean, end up? I live here. I grew up in this forest together with my magnificent oak. If there's anyone who's ended up here, it's you. Why have you rejected Kimo? The Dryad shrugs. Maybe I just grew tired of him? I don't even know. He's so two-dimensional. There's no intrigue to him. Everything he does is so predictable. All the flowers, all the compliments. I've had enough, thank you. Okay, I could do that. 22. Alright, let's do this, because it's a higher diplomacy check. Kimo is a talented craftsman, but ever since you rejected him, he's lost all inspiration. His gift is going to waste. Please, let him see you and talk to you, at least in the name of art. Faye sighs and rolls her eyes. I'm sick and tired of this. Why did fate pick me to be sacrificed to art? Oh well, you win. The artist can come back. It's not like I've got anything better to do around here. Oh, poor Kimo. He's just being led along. I mean, probably not. It sounds like he's in one of those nice guy situations where he's the nice guy and... Ugh. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. If you've been on Reddit, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, obviously this is a much milder example. Alright, let's see what's going on with the kingdom. Clash of the Fanatics. Priest of Abadar and Gazra. You better resolve this, Tristian. Or it's the chopping block. I don't know if I made it clear, but I'm not a fan of Tristian. Alright, back to the town.
I need to catch my breath.
I gotta find out where that darn quest is for the tiefling. Probably head back to the capital, drop all my party members off. Then head towards Sorrowflow.
Time to search for the spot to rest.
I won't let
I know
you
we're
down.
going all out here.
Together we stand.
I'm listening.
Yes, I'm still here. Be on guard.
Here.
I'm restless.
Ready and willing.
Not like all out, but yeah, screw you bandits. Y'all have no idea what y'all are in for.
My strength betrays me.
Yeah. don't know what they thought was going to happen. Especially with only 3 of them. I mean, we have a dog the size of a, well, I guess in Pathfinder, a carriage. I was going to say a car, but... well, let's pick a fight with these guys. That's probably why they can't find gainful employment, because they're stupid. I do like to imagine that the 3 bandits that we slaughtered, all their friends up in the tree line, like not on the map itself, but like up on the tree line, watching them just get slaughtered in a matter of like maybe 2 seconds, and they're like, "Nah, we're not going to go help." They're supposed to help ambush, but they're like, "No, we're okay." I've had a chat with your dryad, and the elf's fingers are twisting into a knot. Go to her; she's waiting for you. It cannot be. Thank you, Donald. Hey, there we go. Is he gonna ever arrest that darn guy? I wonder if that's gonna be an event later down the road. He's gonna try and have that guy arrested and he's gonna escape, then I have to go hunt him down myself and kill him. So, Sorrowflow. Where did we find all the Taldan artifacts at? Was it the Camelins? Okay, yeah, it's not that far from the capital.
We should gather all strength.
Okay, we'll rest. Well, luckily my my paladin doesn't get tired anyway, so he could walk across the world if he needed to. Alright, party management. Alright, let's quick save. Now there's really no random encounters that have threatened me so far, except for the bloody bone beasts. Can I cross here, or do I have to go to that side? It looks like I have to go to that side. +5 divine. Good job, man. Alright, so he's going to be put on another curse. She's still on that one. I think he can go on this one. Tristian. 300 BP. And then I think it's just 2 more Magister ones, right? At least so far, I'm sure that... because every main quest has unlocked a curse research. I think all major side quests as well. Tristian was kind of a side quest. I probably could have beat the game without ever going to him, right? Maybe not. Because it rebounded... yeah, no, maybe not, because it came off of Mordecai's tomb, which was a main quest. I also didn't realize I never connected this road here. Shame on me. Not being thorough. And no random encounters, look at that. A bunch of tieflings. Kaliki smiles faintly as you approach. You can't help but notice that she's as tense as a bowstring. 3 young tieflings wearing bright clothing, the sort one might find in a harlequin's wardrobe, are gathered near Kaliki, fidgeting from foot to foot. They bow simultaneously. The youngest casts you an inquisitive look. So this is the patron you found, Elder, the king of this land, and to think that Canary used to say that you don't know how to make connections. Oh, oh. The short-haired tiefling girl steps on her friend's tail. Stop it, Nio. Or Niho? Don't you see you're upsetting her? Forgive him, Elder. And you too, Your Highness. When Iho was little, a donkey knocked over his crib. His horns got caught in its saddlecloth, and he was dragged for half a block, bumping his head on every corner. Now he's no more clever than the donkey. Kaliki stomps her foot, drawing their attention. Sweet teeth, that's enough. You're going right back to the city. The king and I need to talk in private. We're going to the Talden Tower without you. It might be dangerous. As you say, Elder, the last of the 3 tieflings who'd kept quiet until now nods and gestures to the others. We'll go to the city. We'll see if 3 tail-swinging goofs like us can find gainful employment around here. If you decide to settle down here, maybe we can find a place here too. Goodbye, Your Highness. Please remind me, what is this place and what are we looking for here? It's an ancient Talden settlement, long ago ravaged by the elements. They used to mine ore in these rocks. Little is known about what happened here, but according to rumors, a terrible flood devastated the town. Many citizens perished, the others fled. Only the tower remains, standing on the cliff. The flood wasn't able to reach it. The tower may still hold substantial riches, and among them, the Disc of the Eclipse, a relic from a Kadiran temple of Nethys. That's what I'm looking for. Who are those 3 tieflings? My friends from Kadira. Their names are Naiho, Tevi, and Elki, but I usually just call them the Sweet Teeth. They're always together and always act and speak in chorus. It was they who dug up the history of this place and told me of the treasury, but they never got inside. They say there's a lot of dangerous beasts ahead. Kaliki sighs. I'm happy that at least someone from my past life hasn't abandoned me. But they make me anxious as well. The Sweet Teeth know nothing about what happened after our escape. They think Kanera died, and I adopted a strange new name to hide from my past. But they know me and my sister well, and could easily uncover the truth. That would breach Nethys' first condition. That's why it would be better for all of us if we met as rarely as possible. Besides, Kanera nearly fed the poor Sweet Teeth to wild animals, though it seems now like ages ago. Now, what's our plan? There must be a cliff somewhere ahead, where we will find the remains of the tower. We'll need to climb it and search the ruins, and be ready for trouble. One can never be too careful. Well, are we ready? I'm ready, let's go. Kaliki nods gratefully. Thank you. I'm glad I don't have to walk this road alone. She is extremely trusting. For not a lot of reasons. Sorry, I was checking the time. I think we'll probably call it an episode before we get too invested in this story. We'll level up real quick, though.
Taking so long.
Alright, what can she equip? What does she have? She has a chain shirt that has not been identified. Alright, it's the same thing. Protection +3, you have some wisdom, even though... She does have some wisdom, but I think she's based on... Oh, you can have that, you can have this, and... Sure. I think that's it for now. Okay, let's level her up. So she's just a regular kineticist. I guess water? She's a hell spawn, devil spawn, so +2 to constitution, or constitution and wisdom. There's a typo in there. Oh, so she does use deadly aim, so the this would work with her. There we go. And okay. Let's level her up real quick. I don't know a ton about kineticists. So it looks like she is the water alignment. Yeah. Okay, so what is she good at? Stealth and athletics. Well, that's what we'll focus on then. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Bull Rush or Blind Fight. Okay. Neither one of those sounds really good. Oh, cool. So I can get her familiar. Let's see. +3 on stealth. It's 3 bonus on lore checks, perception. I forgot what she has. What does she have? Athletics and stealth? I'll probably just build off that then. So it's athletics and perception. Athletics and perception again. That's weird they have the same thing. Fine, I'll give her the athletics and perception. Now, my curiosity... should probably just keep focusing on water, right? Weapon focus, she already has... If I gave her just like a longbow. Yeah, this might take a little while because I'm not super familiar with the kineticist. Again, I'm probably not going to use her either. So I'm not too worried about what she has. Here, you have dodge. And then cold blast. And keep going. So I thought... let's give her more dexterity. Healing burst, I might give her... I think about kinetic restoration. Give her 1 to 4 points of ability score damage to one of your physical ability scores, strength, dexterity, or constitution. Also eliminates any fatigue that you suffer. Because I made a kineticist off camera, I just wanted to see what I might just give her light crossbow. That's too many light cross... oh no, just give her kinetic blast. Duh. Let's see, spin a water elemental matter, energy up to 30 feet away, damage all creatures within 2 adjacent. Dexterity based. Let's do this. I realized that they added the kinetic blast to the weapon specialization. It's pretty cool. Bonus feet for water. Oh, still don't want that. Oh, grease spell. Yeah, let's do slick. I forgot that they added the grease spell post-launch. It wasn't in the game at launch, but they added it, you know, after the fact. It's pretty cool. I could do improved critical. Meh. Can I do it with kinetic blast? Yeah. Wall. Yeah, let's get chilling infusion. Some more dexterity, and there you go. And maybe cold adaptation? Kinetic revivification. You bring an ally who died within 2 rounds. I'm not worried about that. I hate the limited time. Let's get cold adaptation, I guess. I think that's everything, right? No, I still have like 2 more, or 1 more level to go, because I think everybody's level 13. Now, supposedly she starts out at level 5 when you get her in the game. I think it's Act 2. After you beat the Stag Lord, her quest should start. So we might be a little over-leveled for where we're currently at. Um, Might get a critical focus. Because I have improved critical, right? Yeah, so yeah, I'll just get a critical focus and... Oh, that's interesting. Alright, I'll probably just get Spindle. That's it. Alright, and off camera I'll look at all of her stuff, get familiarized with everything, and then in the next episode we will continue her quest. Thanks for watching, and hope to see y'all in the next one.